Hi Seawolves, my name is Isabella Morocco.
And I'm Liza, and you're watching Studio Blue News.
We hope everyone did amazing on their finals and are excited for a fun summer break or some interesting summer classes. And to our seniors, we are excited to watch you graduate in the coming weeks. For me, I can't wait to graduate. How about you, Liza?
I'm pretty excited too, but definitely a bit nervous that I'll slip on stage.
Oh, come on now. Also, in other news, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so make sure you are going out, getting some sun, and taking care of your mental and physical needs. In breaking news, on Friday, April 26, SSU students organized a potluck for Palestine on Person Lawn, which turned into an encampment. Students are saying they won't be ending the protest until Sonoma State administration meets their demands. And now on to our news crew on site with the encampment.
My name is Juliana, and I am one of the core organizers.
Hi, my name is Albert Levine.
My name's Madeline, and I'm a student organizer here.
We were all tired of the silence on campus, waiting for people to do something, waiting for admin to step up, waiting for students to step up, and nothing ever came. And it was a lot of going out and participating in community and protests, and then coming back and silence. And that day after day got really hard to deal with, being silent and silenced in your school. And so we came together and just had a conversation like we need to do something. And now we have this huge encampment, and it's awesome.
We did multiple calls and plannings with lawyers and whatnot, and specifically on how do you protect Palestinian students and speakers at something like this, so while also having enough food and supplies to maintain.
Our first demand is to disclose and divest. We want full financial transparency. We want to see where our money is going, what is being funded, what companies are assisting in that funding. We don't want anything that profits or contributes to genocide. Our second demand is an academic boycott. We would like to sever ties from the Study Abroad Israeli University program that we have because it's not equitable for the Palestinian students that are sitting next to us in our classes. Our third demand is recognition of Palestinian identity in campus community and classrooms. We have an incredible faculty backing us on this and doing everything they can to push that demand through and incorporate it into our curriculum, into our academics here. And our fourth demand is to call for a permanent and immediate ceasefire. We push the word permanent. Permanent is not a pause. Permanent is permanent, and we need that immediately.
I think a lot of us have been waiting for something to happen, and us asking the question of should we do this? Like, are you guys open to tasking together? That was a big step of making sure that we had numbers in the first place, that we had support in each other. And I think now it's time for faculty to do the same. Students have made the first step. Faculty need to stand up. I know there's a lot of pushback and a lot of fear around what's on the line, but to be honest, we have so much to put on the line, and we should be doing that. We're here. We're asking faculty to show up and do the same. And we're asking Mike Lee to come and to address us, to not be dismissive of us, and to center our demands and listen to the students. This is our campus.
Thank you to everyone for speaking with us.
With everything going on, we want to highlight mental health and graduation. So today we have Tess speaking with Doreen Best, a licensed clinical social worker, about the stressors surrounding mental health post-undergrad.
Hey Seawolves, welcome back to Studio Blue. Today we're here with Doreen Best, a licensed clinical social worker. We're here to shed some light on mental health awareness. So Doreen, can you tell me what you believe are the factors contributing to the rise in our community's mental health crisis?
For sure. I think that the pandemic definitely had an effect on the rise in mental health crises, and I think it has a lot to do with culture and capitalism and comparison. Just we as human beings, as we've evolved, become smarter and able to tackle those basic needs more easily, and so then it becomes more of a chase of things that we're constantly being told we need. And then also, the prevalence of social media, and all ages consume social media and look at things, and we have advertisements on social media, we have commercials on TV, it's in magazines, it's everywhere, where we're told that, the implicit message is you're not good enough unless you have this, this, and this. And then, that drives anxiety and depression. And then also the other problem is inaccessible systems, inaccessible treatment and healthcare, and just a lack of resources.
Definitely. So how can we manage some of those stressors in this faster paced society without access to some of the needs?
So I think, definitely reducing one's like consumption of social media and media in general, or although that's kind of unavoidable in today's generation, I guess recognizing, if you really take it to like a somatic point and like notice how you feel in your body, like if you're constantly reaching for your phone without even realizing it, like just starting to kind of take note of how much you're consuming media, and it's just all so related to our own, like our sense of selves, and instead of like increasing connection, it's increasing disconnection, because we're just constantly viewing the world through a glass screen. And so kind of just trying to bring awareness to yourself and your habits and how it's affecting you. Trying to bring your attention to the present moment. I think that's like the number one thing I would tell anyone, and the clients that I work with and patients that I work with, is like connecting back to our bodies and like the somatic experience of living, like touching a wall. Like, you may have heard of ways to reduce anxiety, or like naming something you can see, something you can feel, breathing, So I think mindfulness is like definitely something that's accessible and free and can be depended on, because when you're engaging your bodily senses, you're getting out of your head a little bit. And when you're engaging your senses, it makes it easier for us to like connect to each other as people. The more we look at our screens, the less we can connect with other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it makes it scary.
Yeah, feeds into that social anxiety and
Yes.
fear. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's really helpful. Thank you. All right, so shifting gears, what can you tell us a little bit about your experience as an SSU alumni, and what your path has looked like since you graduated? How did you become a therapist as you are today?
Good question. So I have no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And I didn't really have a lot of examples in my life for higher education. And I think that's really normal, that we don't know what we want to do when we leave college. College is the time to explore and find out what you're passionate about. I ended up I went to Hutchins School of Liberal Studies, and I had an internship. I was doing like a little art therapy class at a local family homeless shelter. I ended up going to work there as like a site manager, and that kind of was kind of like the immersion I needed to decide that I wanted to go into social work. A couple years later, I applied to 2 other grad school programs, and I got into an MSW program with California State Long Beach Distance Learning. And I graduated with my MSW, my Master of Social Work, in 2016, and I got licensed in January of 2023. A mere, 12 years after I graduated Sonoma State.
Very inspiring journey.
Thank you
for telling us about that. So what advice do you have? It's graduation coming up. What advice do you have for those students and some of the fears they might be having?
My best advice is that, at least what helped me, is that at the end of the day, this is my life that I'm going to be living. I only have this one life, and living it I had lived my life for everyone else for so long. It took a lot out of me, and so just follow your own path. And sometimes you don't know you don't always know what door is going to open for you next. And ask for help when you need it.
Thank you so much for normalizing that we don't always know what's next and how many possibilities really come from that. So, and how important it is to ask for support and to not be afraid of that. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today, Doreen. Thank you for your time. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you for that insight.
We also have a deal on campus interviewing seniors to see how they feel about walking on stage in the next few weeks.
After graduation, I would say I'm most excited to get some career and professional development and then look for a master's program that suits my future goals.
Excited? I'd say definitely being done with school.
Definitely. I'm fearful of what I'm going to do next, especially career-wise. What's that going to look for me? Oh my God, where am I going to live? Things like that.
Yeah, like after debt, finding a job, but I mean, cross that bridge when we get to it though. Not too worried about it, yeah.
On your fundamentals first, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get good sleep, you gotta eat good, you gotta get some type of like physical activity, and then once you do that, you just add on like your coursework and stuff like that, education, and it'll just all fall into place.
I would say to get involved, and like it's the easiest way to make friends and to like really know what you want to do and just explore different things.
That was my answer. I would say get involved in as many different areas as you can, because the best path is the ones that you are sure that you don't want to be in. So if you try something and you don't like it, then you're sure about that. You don't want to do that.
I was gonna say the exact same thing as you two. But yeah, I'd have to agree. Get involved. I mean, I'd say join as many clubs as you possibly can. That really worked out for me when I wouldn't say when I was a freshman because that was during the pandemic, but you know, during my first actual year of college as a sophomore, I just joined a lot of clubs. In the end, there was only one I really stuck with throughout the semester, but I like made good friends in like pretty much all of them. So yeah.
Kind of a little bit what they've all been saying, like definitely reach out. Like it's going to be scary, but you have to step out of your comfort zone in order to like do things that you're going to want to do, and just take time to know yourself. Like this is the chance for you to like know yourself and get to know what you want to do in life and like just be the person that you've always wanted to be. So definitely take time for yourself and do that, but also, you know, branch out, reach out. Like this is a big campus. It's not super big, but it's small enough that you can make friends and like meet people and like have a community.
Congratulations again to our class of 2024. I'm Liza.
And I'm Isabella, and this has been Studio Blue. And have a great summer, Seawolves!